Okay, we got Warble playing Mercia in the gold versus Martin, aka Spacefront, playing Emeric in the red. So, I actually don't know how well at this point in time people knew about Emeric, because I don't quite know when this match in particular started, but I think people were kind of aware of how good Emeric was at this point in time.
Well, Spacefront surely was, so...
Oh yeah, that's very true. Oh yeah, because I guess like it was January when we started seeing Emeric stuff, and February was kind of like the cementing of it, right? Like people started playing more Emeric and understanding him more.
I guess. So anyway, we see pretty standard openings, right?
Yeah, we're not going to see. There is a small deviation you can do where you heal off the village the commander captures, and that still has enough health to break this village down. But neither player goes for it in this case. I actually think that would be a better opening for Mercia, just because, you know, she can pop her heal early, get the last bit of that health, but...
Oh, Spacefront did something slightly different. Oh, there's another village. That village wasn't there in the old version. I haven't seen much of the new Headland, so... So, he doesn't have a sword in position to cap the thing Emeric flipped.
Yes. And I've noticed that a lot, actually. People haven't been going for that village. Maybe that's like a P1, P2 thing, because I typically notice it's the player 1 who doesn't knock that village down, but... I'm not sure.
Neither player did it this time, right?
No, Spacefront knocked that village down, and they've captured it.
Oh, wait. Oh,
So-
yeah. I was blind. Okay, I got confused.
it's
It's an
an
order thing. It's an order. It depends on what the order you send your swords from the tracks.
Yeah, and it actually works out relatively even, no matter what you go for. Like, I always go for the knockdown on that village, and I don't always end up ahead because of it, so...
I think it depends on when you want to get the knight. If you want an early knight, I think it's better to do it as Warble did, because the knight is right on time to knock it down after your sword has taken other stuff. And if you don't want to get an early knight, it's correct to do it the way Spacefront did. So, you know, we see boss players doing it correctly, because
Yeah.
correctly is not always the same. It depends on your builds.
Yeah, although one thing to throw back to earlier, you know, if you heal off the village you capture with your commander, which is a smaller heal but still allows you to knock that village down, that actually gives you enough money to then get a knight early, so... There are all kinds of like small decisions you can make in the opening right now.
And I'm also slightly confused because I mostly remember, you know, old Wargroove 1 Headland. Headland to Deadland, not Headland to Pulland, so... Theory might be slightly different here.
Yeah.
Might not be the theory I know.
Spacefront's gonna slowly march a treb up. Which is actually gonna be a range of a couple villages, so that's pretty spooky right now. And yeah, even positions the balloon to get Emeric over to the other side. And Warble, what can Warble do in this situation?
The third position is already cool. Already very useful. Wow. How close is
and
Emeric to tier 2?
good question. And yeah, because of the positioning of the tower, it's actually really difficult to get an air trooper up there to defend. Oh wow. Throws Emeric right in the front.
Yeah, and everything gets flipped. Well, not everything, but a bunch of stuff gets flipped. And
Ooh, there's an interesting option here. Oh no, wait. I think it doesn't quite reach.
ooh, wait. Spacefront got the bards to ferry merfolks to the front lines because they get the buff from Emeric.
Oh. I hadn't
And that's kind
considered
of
that.
crazy, right? 4 range merfolk.
Yeah. And there's
I
enough
mean,
river for them to like get into position relatively quickly, so...
This is disgusting, actually.
Okay. Crystal's gonna come down. Oh, that's so difficult to attack into. Especially because Warble backed up.
And the trap will slowly march on HQ. Soon
Oh.
with a Merfolk and lots of army to support it.
Yeah, and
That's
that
really hard to play against.
yeah, balloon even in position. And oh yeah, like how do you fight this? Like the trap has so much range. Like I can't check it, but I know it's got a massive amount of range. I think that I don't know if that sword. Oh wait, the dog is definitely in range. And yeah,
And it's dead.
I guess that makes sense though to sack something like that just so the treb stays still.
It doesn't move, yeah.
Like you're at the point where you're just like, oh well, you know, it's okay that some of my stuff dies because I just don't want this trebuchet to move forwards.
A lot of unit count is moving outside of the crystal range. I'm not sure about that. I guess you can't attack yet, but you know, I would like most of the unit count to be like defending the trap at all times, maybe, since it's your win con. But anyway.
I do like the witch because oh no, that harpy taking damage, that's really bad because I guess it was in position to try and punish the knight if it did that, but yeah, there's too much stuff supporting the knight. And now Spacefront's just going to be able to keep marching forwards. The merfolk with so much range.
Yep.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
It does look disgusting, yeah, but... And I like Spacefront's move tactically, but like strategically, I guess as long as Emeric is there. I was about to say...
Oh! He pulls the frog! Oh, and the knight's going to be able to break the crystal. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, I was about to say as long as Emeric is there, it's very hard to break the position, but well, it just happened because frogs, I guess.
Oh, that's such a good use of frog. And that is an example of like one change to this map that actually really opened up a lot. Oh.
That's a very nice find from Warble.
Okay, and we're going to see big tier 1, so we're not going to see, you know, this harpy over on the right hand side getting healed, but...
I don't think I agree with this heal here though. Because you're gonna take a lot of counter attack, so might have been... It only really healed like 5 or 6 knight HP or something.
I guess that allows the commander to move forwards though, because otherwise that knight would go down.
Ooh, and there is a trap close to your commander, so maybe you don't want, you know.
Yeah, like it's just a regular trap hit, but that's still, you know, what, 30% damage, something like that.
But yeah, there's so much army there. I think there's a very high chance you could have gotten a better groove next time.
Okay, is Mercia dead? I don't think so.
What was that?
Wait, Merfolk still had the range boost?
This is not a feature, this is a bug. This is
Oh.
not correct. There's no way this is correct.
Yeah, I don't think it's meant to do that. That, oh, are we gonna see Mercia die because of that? That would be really unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't like this. Could have been that Mercia was dead anyway. That's a lot of suicides.
Yeah, that is a lot of suicides, but that's 10% extra damage. Ooh, that witch hex.
Treb is not a crit, right?
Yeah, it's just a regular hit. Oh, but sword crit I think will do it. And actually, yeah, I think that Merfolk made the difference.
Yeah, would have lived without it, yeah.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, like, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to keep the range after the crystal breaks. And I know there's a bug where the crystal keeps the bonus range if you kill it on the same turn it's placed. I know that's a bug, but...
But yeah, and Warble, actually looking at it now, had a pretty decent position.
Yeah.
He might have won.
Yeah, that was really well played from Warble. It's just, oh, that's so rough to go down to something like that.
This is extremely sad to see, because this might have been one of Spacefront's cleanest losses if he did lose this one. But the bug just immediately killed Warble. This is super annoying, actually.
Yeah, because there was
I wanted to
nothing.
see the game. You know, I'm not saying Warble would have won. Warble could have won, and it certainly would have been like an interesting fight.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. I mean, I guess there is the thing though. Test your metal is very much for as serious as some people take it, and this isn't a slight against people who take it seriously. It is very much like a testing ground for maps primarily, but I guess in like in the case of like early Wargroove 2, there are a lot of bugs with the game, and yeah, that's really unfortunate to see someone lose to something like that. Yeah, that actually is kind of heartbreaking because yeah, like
I
they
mean, yeah, and Spacefront is the guy who takes this seriously, so
yeah, and that's the thing is you could test to see, you know, is my attack going to be like something my opponent can punish me for? Like you can just open up a map, like you can go to map creator, create like this situation, play out the turn, and then be like, oh, you know, can I lose to counter attack damage, for example? And
I guess, yeah. And you would also figure out if you did that
yeah.
the Merfolk was bugged. And
Well, here's the thing though, is you might not spot that because maybe when you run that test, it isn't bugged. And you're like, oh, yeah, this is fine.
I mean, if you do the exact same moves, won't you get the exact same result? Not necessarily, because you might build the game on Spacefront's turn, and you're gonna build it without Crystal, and you're gonna immediately play Spacefront's turn.
Yeah, or
you could do that, yeah.
The reason for the bug happening could be unrelated to, or could be related to something to do with like it being asynchronous in particular, and playing it in the synchronous format might not cause that bug. Like
Yeah.
we've had a bunch of stuff like that happen, so.
Anyway, this is actually like the most BS loss I've ever seen.
Yeah, like I'm feeling a bit heartbroken right now. That's like, and I mean, here's the thing, this isn't a slight against Spacefront. They're just playing the game, right? Like, you play to win, and we don't have any rules that say like you can't exploit bugs that happen, because as far as we know, things are intentional. There's a lot of.
I mean, the stronghold is bugged, so technically every stronghold attack is like interacting with a bug.
Yeah, so like we can't. We're just playing with the game as it is. Like we're not forcing players to. But yeah, I mean, this is like it's a very rough way to go, and I mean, I think there's actually a long comment written on this replay, so I'm gonna go take a look at that real quick. Spacefront won, but very impressive counterplay by Warble with the CO. Should have been an also loss versus Emeric. One of the only two players to manage to break through Emeric's crystals this month. Okay. So
I agree that Mercia should have been another loss versus Emeric, but like Spacefront isn't even mentioning the bug here.
Yeah, that's really like because yeah, it's not supposed to give you range when it isn't there. So
did nobody just catch that this was like horrible?
Yeah, it's. I don't know. Like I'm just looking at this and I'm like kind of lost for words. I mean, but it is what it is, and I guess we're gonna have to go on to the next one.